I'm Tatiana,
I'm Anastasia.
and it's our White Girls Problems podcast. Welcome.
What is our topic today?
50-50.
We're talking about relationships today, and we're going to share some of our views on a 50-50 relationship, on a relationship where a man is fully responsible for the woman. I know this is a very hot topic now on the social medias.
True. Like trade wives and also 50-50
Yeah.
and high value provider man.
So, Tatiana.
I watch TikTok a lot.
I know. It's literally, this topic is all over TikTok. I see it all over Instagram, and I even see it on YouTube.
On YouTube, yes. And a lot of videos about trad wives. Basically, there are women who live like they're in their 50s. And so they have a husband who provides for the family. And they also do some home duties, like caring about children and also cooking dinners and cleaning and doing all the labor that is, as we talked during our last podcast in first episode, as unseen labor. And and what I like, people on YouTube, creators, they talk about problematic.
I think something what you and I have been seeing as a mentality thing, because I have heard from a lot of my not only Austrian friends but European friends that they were offended if a woman is being taken care of.
Like offended, insulted?
Yes, like insulted. I have heard many times that if a woman was saying like, I want to be taken out on dinner, but I would like to pay for myself, or we can pay, like I can invite the man for the first date and he can invite me on the second one. So it's like no financial debt or dependency towards somebody else, you know?
Yeah, it's actually a very deep topic because we called it 50-50, but I think we could talk about it for weeks. Only this situation we can bring the light on so many levels.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I understand women who say, yeah, I want to pay for myself, not to be... I hear it not like to be dependent on a person, because at some point in relationships you understand that you're interdependent and it's healthy. It's not like codependency, but you're interdependent. Like in our project, we have both our power sides, our strength, and we combine it.
Yeah.
Does it mean that we are codependent? No. But it works better if we work together. Same in relationships. So when a woman says, okay, I don't want him to pay for me for the dinner, I hear it like, I don't want to owe him something, you know.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Because we see it as very unfortunate norm.
I think it's also not only owing somebody something, but I think it's also that, you know, some women take it as they don't want to put their pride down, and it's also, many people talk about, I can afford this myself, you know, so I don't need nobody taking me out on dinner, paying for my dinner, because I can do it myself. I mean, I do agree, every woman who is earning some kind of salary is able to go with friends or have a date in a restaurant or whatever. But again, also linking it to the cultural thing and the way, for example, I was brought up by my parents, and also my dad told me this. He said, do not reject on a man's gesture If a man wants to give you something, take it, because this is how men express affection, this is how men express attention. So if a man wants to take you out for dinner or gift you something, take it.
And I actually agree with your dad.
I also agree with my dad.
Let's talk today about first date. Because 50-50, it's like, hoo-hoo!
It's a huge topic.
It's first date, it's taking care about children,
Yeah.
it's second date.
Taking care of the household, living
Yes.
together.
Also, it's financial, it's mental. So
Yeah.
today we talk about first date. Personal story. I was married and I was provided by my husband. Then we divorced. It happens. And then I went to several dates, of course, just trying to understand.
Distract yourself.
Yeah, you're right, distract myself. And my mindset was engraved in a stone by my upbringing that a man pays on a first date. At some point, like I moved to Europe from Russia, and I started seeing couples where they pay 50-50, and everyone told me, there was no person in my circle to tell me, no, it can be different. Everyone told me, oh, it's Europe, baby. It's Europe. We divide everything. You go on first date. Why a man should pay for you on the first date? You are no one to him. What do you think about it?
Okay, I am engaged.
Yeah.
And we've been in a relationship for almost 4 years, and I can say that definitely, like, my fiance paid for our first date for sure, and I don't think, also he told me this himself, he said, if I am not in a position to pay for the first date, I am not going on a date. So this sounds like a very responsible man to me, because I think if you are trying to show a woman that you like her, paying for her on the first date, at least on the first date, is already showing that you are interested in somebody. And if you are keeping everything separated, you know what it reminds me of? It's kind of like when you are living at the dorms with somebody, and you're sharing everything, and it's like a roommate, you know. It's where is the sharing part then?
Yes, like roommates.
And the first date, it's there is even a saying, you cannot make the first impression for the second time. So this is the first impression that you make for the first time. A woman, in my opinion, should feel safe.
Yeah.
With a man. And if a man doesn't give this safety, why going on a date with him in first place?
Yeah. In my experience, when I had this mindset, men should pay, it was like norm. Men paid for dinners, for drinks. They were gentlemen, not in wholeheartedly gentlemen, but you know, in this moment of
in the financial,
in financially making impression, good impression, like.
Yes, I think this is what you put in your mind, and what you put in your mind is going to later on project in your life. So if we are putting in our mindset, we are doing the 50-50 kind of thing, then I think that's what's gonna happen.
And you have my example.
Yeah.
When I started to think, okay, it's how it's done in Europe, I want to live here, I want to be like European woman.
Yeah, integrate.
Integrate, basically. Yeah. I was on 2 dates. It was like, I decided, yeah, maybe it's okay, maybe I can try it and see if it works for me. I was on 2 dates, and on both dates, men were like, okay, we should pay. And they pay for their drink, and I paid.
And
for
you
mine.
paid for yours.
And yeah, it will be a long story because I was so convinced that I was wrong in my initial engraved norm that I decided, okay, it's not a red flag if he doesn't pay for me.
Right. This
Yeah.
is how I felt. I felt so guilty in the beginning, and I felt like, oh my God, I am using a man so that he can pay for something for me. And then when we started living together and we started buying furniture for the apartment, sharing some of the things, I was like, wait, hold on. That's actually not wrong at all. Like, I can make my financial impact if I want. Like, I don't know, I can
Yeah.
buy a table if I want, or anything.
If you choose.
If I choose to. It's not forbidden for a woman to pay for something. But if you're going on a date and you have to pay for yourself, I was like, no, why should I? Then I can go with my friends.
Friends, yeah.
With girlfriends, like, be like, girls, let's go have a drink, eat something.
And it will be safe.
Yes. You see?
It
So,
will be safe
safety.
with your girls. I totally believe that if a man doesn't pay for me at the first date, it means that
Bye-bye.
we have different values. He doesn't see the situation like I see. Because for me, paying on a date is like courting. It's like bringing flowers. And I know that not everyone love flowers, but I think they say, I will be controversial here, I think most women love flowers, or if it's not cut flowers, it could be flowers in a pot.
Yes.
And I think it's not about flowers, it's about sweet gestures.
It's about a gesture,
Yeah.
definitely.
And it just, we have different values. We cannot be together.
Which is also okay.
Yeah.
I think we need to accept that if we don't fit with someone, if we don't match,
Yeah.
that's also fine. Especially if it's like on the first date, you already see,
Yeah.
That's not my person, too many red flags, that's a no-go. Then why continuing this? By the way, a question. What is your idea, like what's your perfect first date? Do you have some,
Oh my God.
thoughts and like dreams, like, okay, this would be my ideal first date?
Of course, he sends Uber, not to my address, but nearby, because I don't want him to know safety.
Safety.
I don't want him to know my address. So I don't think about how I get to a place. He thinks about my safety. He wants me to come. So he sends Uber or town car.
Organizes the transport.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I love food. I'm Taurus. I love food. I love comfort. I love beautiful things. So it should be a nice restaurant. Maybe something with the view, like loft.
Yes.
Would be nice. Of course, flowers, or if not flowers, maybe something nice. Maybe small earrings or.
That was my next question. If you were expecting a gift on the first
Yes.
date. Yes. Okay.
But it can be something small, like appreciation, because I do this. I went on dates, and when I think it was twice, when a guy told me something about what he liked. Once I brought a pastry that we did with my girlfriend, so I know that I'm very giving.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was a nice date. He was a gentleman, but we had different perspectives on relationships. But I've seen how he was so happy, and then he wrote me, "Oh my God, it was the most exquisite and tasty pastry I've ever eaten," and I
That's
felt
so
so
cute.
happy because I made his life a bit brighter.
Again, it's a sign of it's a nice gesture
Yeah.
that you give. It's not about you haven't baked a cake with, I don't know, gold
No.
on it, but it was a nice gesture and
Yeah.
he was feeling happier. And I think the same it is for a woman. Like if she gets some flowers or a nice gift or a nice dinner somewhere it's going to make her feel important.
Yes, like you feel belonging, you feel seen, you feel desired. You feel like you're a person who is appreciated.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
It's like not, of course, I want to wear black. I'm kidding. It can be just Uber. He can.
Uber X?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. So Uber Black.
A little bit of Cartier.
Oh, but just a small.
like a little gesture. I'm kidding. No. So, and of course, I expect a nice conversation without being overly, touching, feeling. I just met you. I'm not going to feel safe. I will feel invaded. At least ask me, can I hold your hand? So it's what I just told you, it's about safety. It's about boundaries. It's about feeling appreciated, wanted, and seen.
And not interfering probably in
like
a personal space
boundaries.
without at least asking if
Yeah.
it's okay for you.
And I like this consension thing when they ask, like, is it okay if I kiss you?
Yeah, it gives safety, and you're feeling like
Yeah.
the person cares about if it's okay or if it's not okay.
Totally.
But if they start, grabbing like come here and everything, then
Then if they pay and bring Cartier on Uber Black, it's not gonna help. So I think we are solid here. On a first date, men pay.
yes,
Because
100%.
yeah, I feel this little need to, I need to prove my point. Maybe they will tell that I'm gold digger, but I have an acquaintance and she told me when someone says you're a gold digger, you should say, no honey, I dig diamonds.
It's so stereotypical that as soon as you want something, especially if you want something more expensive, people are like, oh, she's a gold digger. And I'm like, no, this is also about personal boundaries, personal values, and self-respect. Labels on a woman is, I don't know, it's kind of unfair.
I think it's another way to control women. Please.
Maybe.
Gold digger.
Yeah, like I said, putting on a label
Yeah.
on a woman. So like, if she's a gold digger, no.
Bad woman.
Yeah. But if a woman says, I'm okay with 50-50, then she's a good woman.
Good woman.
No expenses at all. I remember I was in IKEA once, and I have seen a married couple because they were having kids, they had a ring, so I assumed they were married. And I did not expect that, but they have they had a full cart of certain, like some kitchenware, he had some hardware, he had some tools for working, she had some plates, forks, knives, whatever. For the kitchen. And they have put on the cash desk, she has put what she wanted for herself, then she put this border, and he put his stuff separately, and they have paid even for the household things, they have paid separately.
Like, I know your attitude, but we will talk about it next time. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
It was so nice talking to you as usual.
Yes, it was a pleasure.
Come see us. We have one more episode before our first one.
Our first episode.
Our first episode. So, see ya.
See you next
Bye,
time.
bye, bye.